Hello and welcome to the Thursday show here on the Frontline Gaming Network. My name is Paul Murphy, your host. I'm joined by Adam Camilleri
Oh, hey, everybody.
and Dustin Henshaw.
Oh, hi.
Today is brought to you by the Las Vegas Nopen swag. If you were there,
I was there.
It was certainly a moment in time, but I thought, you know what? Going a little bit retro today. We have two great events to talk about. We do this show every live, all the
Every
time.
live
Yes.
time.
We do this show every Thursday live, 9 p.m. Eastern on the Frontline Gaming Network. If you're listening to us after the fact, maybe come check us out if you can. If you're listening to us live right now, thank you. The chat is amazing. We love everybody saying what's up in the chat, coming out and hanging out with us. It's awesome to see y'all. Welcome, everybody. We have two great events to talk about this week. The Head Brawl and another event very near and dear to our hearts called the Stutter Snotling. We'll get there.
Yeah,
Before we have the Stud and or Snotling on the show, depending on which week, each and every week. Also want to give a shout out to Where's Joe? Where's War Games Live? Savannah Showdown in Savannah, Georgia. 38 players, 5-round event. Check out his site, his YouTube channel.
It's like 10 minutes from you, Paul. Why aren't you there?
It's okay. Savannah is beautiful. It's one of my favorite places. It's one of the best places in Georgia. It is 4.5 hours away.
10 minutes. Practically
Like a
next
10-minute drive.
Yeah, that's it.
Just
Georgia
bombing down a highway.
is
You're there,
bigger
it's right
than
there.
folks think, but Savannah is just one of the nicest places to visit in the state. Has some great places to eat. I can suggest a few things. Of course, if anybody's down there, Mrs. Wilkes Boarding House, delicious family
Tacos,
style.
burgers.
There are some burgers. There's a brunch place that's like in the Garden of Midnight, Good and Evil. This popular. There's a few. There's also it's a very haunted place. You can take haunted tours.
Oh,
yeah.
I like that.
It's,
That's cool.
There's a couple places near the water that are good.
Oh, nice.
But I definitely highly recommend Mrs. Wilkes. But you got to get there early. I think it's only open during the week, and you got to show up to get in line by 10 o'clock to get lunch service.
For a 12 o'clock lunch?
Yeah. I think they open at 11 something, maybe noon. But they bring you in, sit you down, family style. I could go on, but this is not that kind of show. Just trust me, if you're in the area.
I mean, it will be that kind of show by Fuego, I'm sure. That's just
walk around Savannah as much as you can downtown Savannah and eat. It's and also watch War Games Live or go to that Warhammer 40K tournament.
These are all great suggestions. It sounds like the place to be if you're a Warhammer fan this weekend, that's for sure.
I can think of worse places. I can also think of great places, and we're going to talk about it right now. The Beachhead Brawl from Bournemouth, England. Just down left of London on the map. It's not even a quarter inch.
It's the down leftist most suburb of London, I hear. Yeah.
Down left.
I hear it has been described as such, definitely.
Is that east or west?
It's down left.
Down left, that's west.
It's southwest.
That's southwest. Yeah, but
southwest.
Yeah, okay.
Down left to get just
weft.
Just whatever.
I always remember the Elmer Fudd way. West is weft. You're looking at it's weft, right? That's how you know.
I learned something today.
Right?
There we go.
It is legitimately how I've remembered what direction west is for my entire life.
135 players, 6-round event. This is the point in the show where we run down. We're going to tell you what you're going to see there. If I didn't mention it, which I don't think I did because there's too many talking about fried chicken and gravy, was that we're going to tell you what's coming up and what you can see at these events over the course of the weekend. Basically, what the meta's looking like, how it's shaping up after Arcs of Omen. We may even work in a little bit about how to beat it, maybe what you can anticipate in the weeks to come. But here, we're going to run down the stats and the factions you're going to see this weekend.
Yeah, we will. As long as we don't get too distracted by fried chicken, hamburgers, and tacos. So the Wicked Dirty stats for the Beachhead Brawl, the Imperial Super faction, there are 0 Sisters of Battle. I had to point that out for sure. Wow, that's crazy. 14 Custodes. Custodes are high on the rise. 1 AdMech, 9 Astra Militarum, 4 Grey Knights, and 3 Imperial Knights. Space Marines, there's 5 Dark Angels, 4 Space Wolves, 2 Blood Angels, 1 Ultramarine, 5 Black Templars, 2 White Scars, 1 Imperial Fist, 10 Iron Hands. They are the new Tau. Chaos, there's 2 Chaos Space Marines, Word Bearers, and World Eaters, 2,000 Suns, 3 Death Guard, 9 Demons, and 4 Renegade Knights. Xenos, there's 4 Necrons, 8 Orcs, 11 Tau, 7 Votan. Hive Mind, there's 6 Tyranids and 3 G-Slither cults. Eldari, there's 5 Drakari, 1 Harlequin, 8 Assyriani, and 1 Yunari, meaning the faction podium is Custodes, topping it off with 14, Tau second with 11, and Iron Hands in third with 10. That is a terrifying spread. I don't like that.
Boys,
I don't like that.
This meta is rough.
I don't like this meta.
7 Votan, 11 Tau, 10 Iron Hands, 9 Guard.
That's
Is
savage.
this a statement being made about what the terrain is here? Because
Yeah, there's no terrain.
I want a lot of it.
Yeah.
I want just all of it, just every piece you've got. It's
Seriously.
crazy. It's wild. Really cool spread though. Like when you look past the Dackerfield hellscape, it gets kind of cool. 8 Orcs, very respectable numbers. 5 Templars, the duality of Templars, Dark Angels. There's 5 of each of those, quite good. Really low on the chaos numbers at this event. Stuff all CSM, but a decent amount of demons. Are the demons taking from the CSM, do we think?
I think the demons are actually going to be the new hotness of chaos in general. They're going to be taking away from Thousand Suns. They're going to be taking away from chaos. And like, they have more tools to fight what's going on right now. Even with just the Bloodthirster alone, Scarbrand, or the ability that they have to actually keep things locked to close combat with the amount of shooting that's in this meta right now is so clutch.
Exactly right.
But can you explain that blip in Black Templar? Is that
they're good, mate?
okay?
Turns out when
There it is.
when Armor Attempt went away, people looked at invulns. What can I get and where can I get invulns? A lot of people went to Storm Shield. A lot of people went to Raven Guard, Deathwing, Terminators, etc. Black Templars just get an army-wide 5+ invuln if you decide to have it once you get to the table and see your opponent.
You do your vows and like
you're just like have you got a lot of more than AP2? You do 5 up invuln my whole army and baby transhuman. It's actually a really nice little pick. In addition, they have some spicy stuff. Hellbrecht is it's 140 points for Hellbrecht. Ridiculously good values, amazingly good value. They can really min-max the free war gear just about as good as anybody. Maybe not as good as Iron Hands or Space Wolves, but really good. Sword Brethren. If you have Sword Brethren, just take all the stuff now. It's free. 220 points.
Like Common Melta's Lightning Claws.
All of it. All the stuff.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, no, I really didn't expect. I did expect to see the Iron Hands, like being able to kind of hang out in the Doctrine, and then with some of the updates to Marines, and then picking your Force Orc. I think everyone could expected that. Didn't expect the Black Templar. That is I'm curious to see how this shakes out.
It's a good hot take though, because they actually have a little extra durability right now in this meta, which is if you don't have the guns, you need the durability, like you have, or the way to stay durable through like holding things in combat or creating more invulns or feel no pain saves for yourself. You need something to give you staying power in this meta if you can't kill as well.
And I will say that Chaos players typically very loyal, as ironic as that may be. So, are we seeing breaks in that morale with them fleeing? I think they fled to the Iron Hands, not the demons.
Well, there was 2 factions that the arse fell out of, chaos-wise. CSM and T-Suns. The numbers have been decimated. Absolutely decimated. And where did they go? Did they stop coming? Are they playing other factions?
They stopped coming because they lost AOC and got point increases.
And got point increases.
Their brethren.
And lost
got the opposite. They lost AOC, but got free war gear and got point decreases. So if nothing else, they're just mad. Like, fine. You know what? Some of them probably switched over to Iron Hands or Black Templar.
Might have been long-time guard players. I mean, this is like an Astra Militarum, of course, and so look, with 135 players, I don't think anyone like vacated the scene. I think they've shifted to what they think might be better suited for them, and it definitely looks like shooting is going to reign supreme here in outside of London.
Bottom left London.
Left London.
Jumping into the top players in attendance. First one is a guard list. Michael Costello, who came to I think it was a top table at the BAO, was it last year with his High Fleet Hydra. He's playing Astra Militarum and Militarum Tempestus at this one. He's got armored superiority and swift as the wind. So everybody gets +1 move, +2 on any vehicles to his movement values. And all the vehicles count as an associated numbers of models. 5 on anything that isn't a sentinel, 3 if you're a sentinel on an objective. They don't have obsec though, so that is a thing. He starts off with a fast attack as being the mandatories for his Arms of Omen detachment. Lord Solar in full effect. A tank commander with the Relic Battle Cannon. 2x10 Caden infantry. 10 Kassakin. 3 units of 5 Rough Riders. So the Rough Riders finally making an appearance en masse. 2 single Scout Sentinels. A single Mortar Heavy Weapons team. And then 2 squadrons of 2 Lehman Russ Plasmacutioners. And then it goes into a patrol of Militarum Tempestus. A Militarum Tempestus command squad. I do know these guys have the finial because you got to have it somewhere. And then 2 units of 10 Scions with all of the trimmings. How do you feel about it, lads?
I'm actually all for it. Lord Solar is pretty close to what I'd include, I think. Casterkins, you need at least one squad. I like the 3x5 Rough Riders. And the Lehman Russ Executioners, I feel like 5 is the number.
Too good.
They're too good.
He's got 4. He's got the Relic Battle
Cannon. He's got 4.
Yeah.
But a lot of people take the tank commander with the Executioner as well. But either way, I feel like 5 is the number in terms of Lehman Russes. They just have so much firepower, so many tricks, and they're durable.
They're phenomenal. They all count as offset. They all count as a number of models
and
as well.
And they're cheap for what they do. Like, they're
Absolutely
ridiculously cheap.
You're going to mention that all the side weapons and everything are basically, like, why wouldn't you take them?
Why wouldn't you take them? Exactly right. Really, really good list. Really well-rounded. It's got a phenomenal secondary game. Stuff like the Scions going down and getting behind enemy lines, just kind of auto-getting points, and CP as well, which then you use to gas up the rest of your list. I think it's a really well put together list. I love seeing the inclusion of the Rough Riders. I wonder if they're enough to curtail some of the aggressive matchups. I know they're not going to be great into some of the darker matchups he's going to see, like one Crisis Suit kills 5 Rough Riders.
That's okay. The Lehman Russes are good for that.
Exactly right. So there's going to be games where they're going to shine, but I'm just really happy to see them finally take to the fore and hopefully make a splash.
100 points for 5.
Yeah, dude.
Like, why not?
My lord. So good. All right, jumping down to the next one. Ben Woodcock. You can see why his name got included. He's playing
We're immature.
Totally. Well, when I'm scrambling, so I initially put Nassim Fushane's list in, but he dropped from the event. I didn't feel right putting his list in here anymore, so I took it out and looked for another one. And it was the last thing I did in the prep for this one, and I was just scrolling down. I wouldn't mind an AdMech list. Let's have a look. Woodcock's his name. You're in, brother. He's playing Adeptus Mechanicus and Lucius as his Forge World. He's got fast attack as his Arcs of Omen detachment as well, same as Mr. Costello above. 2 Marshals, a Manipulus, a Techno-Archaeologist, 10 and 15 Rangers, 20 and 15, 20 and 15 Vanguard as well. 5 Fulgurites, 5 Infiltrators, 5 Ruststalkers, 3 units of 2 Ballistari, a unit of 9,
they're back.
unit of 9, and a unit of 8 Cerberus Raiders. I love this list. How do you think?
Yeah. I love it. I'm 2 thumbs up. I like this.
Yeah, a little bit of the old, a little bit of the new.
Yeah.
I wish it had possibly the Fulgurites, maybe an experiment, but for me they'd be better off as Ruststalkers.
What are the Fulgurites? I don't think I've ever seen them on the table before.
I think they're...
You have to look it up, don't worry.
They're the melee ones. They're the melee Electro Priests, because the Jazz Hands are the Corpuscari.
The staves. They have the staves.
Yeah.
Oh, they're the staves. Right. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I definitely don't know.
So they're 2 attacks each, strength +2, -2, 2 damage, and then every 6 to wound is 2 mortal wounds.
Yeah, that
might be that might be an experiment, because I feel like Ruststalkers are just better. They are only 12 points per model on the...
And isn't there a strat that like makes them like really good or something too? Like, it's been a while since I've looked at it, but I think they have like some support in the book, like in that section, that makes them maybe better than
well, when they get a kill, when they destroy an enemy unit, they get extra more better or add mortal wounds when they make a charge, because they do mortal wounds on the charge, and they get a 4-up invulnerable save rather than a 5-up invulnerable save.
Yeah, and can't they put that to a 3-up if they're on an objective or something?
I'm not sure they can anymore. I could be wrong on that, but
this is what I'm thinking. There's something there that's like in the book that is not on.
For sure.
I reckon they're an experiment. I reckon he's like, these sound good. Hopefully they feel good. I'm going to chuck him in. Because, the only thing I worry about here is there's not enough melee, but he's got 3 melee units if you count the Infiltrators as well. The big one here is the Cerberus Raiders, boys.
That's the new that I was talking about. I think that's the sprinkle into the new.
How do you guys feel about them? Is sniping characters back on the menu and they're like getting the way shenanigans?
Are they sniping or do they have flamers?
They can target.
Sulfur Hounds are the one with the flamers.
Sulfur
The Service
Hounds, right.
Raiders are the snipers.
Okay. I mean, characters are pretty important right now, and there's a lot of them in the meta. They're so big. Those squads are so big. They got to be for blocking and maybe even tying up for an alpha strike to get into position with the rest of your army. They just like I love them. I'm a GSC player that brings 30 bikes in all my lists, so I mean, I love them. I think they're a perfect ad. I'm all for them.
Yeah, I just realized they are quite expensive, but man, he's gonna have a plan for those because that's a lot of points. That's where I would go and get like another 10 Rust Stalkers if I could. But then that would break his Arcs of Omen, wouldn't it? You can't do it because you can only have the See, Arcs of Omen is actually becoming awkward for some people because to get like
oh no, poor old Admech getting stuck again.
Not again.
Well, if you want your 3 units of Rust Stalkers and a unit of Infiltrators, you have to have Elite, but then you can't have 3 units of 2 Ballistari and a unit of Service Raiders. Like you can't have it all. You can't have it all. I think it's quite an interesting dynamic. A great list. I think it's really good.
I want to say what's up to the chat here too. See, here we go. Panic Painting, Steve Sabrisa, Panic Painting, let's go, Stud or Snotling. What are you painting? I mean, don't panic, stay calm, get this stuff painted.
No problem, you got it.
Absolutely right. Jumping down to the last of the top
lot
list.
Of love. Well, hang on one second. We'll also get a lot of love for Team Canada in the chat here. What's up to everybody?
Well, for the first time, we have 3 of the 4 members of this podcast in the Great White North.
That's true. That's true.
Am I going to get knighted as an honorary Canadian? Like Simba, he had the thing put on his head. It's going to be Dustin with some maple syrup and be like, "You are Canadian."
Oh, well, now we're doing it.
Let's film that. Yeah, let's definitely film that.
What have I done?
Yeah, as someone with a sticky forehead. That's what you're. That's what you're.
Honey, can you get some maple syrup? Put it in my bag for tomorrow.
Okay. That's fair. I shouldn't have said that. All right, the last of the lists we're going to be doing for this event is Daz Hills. I looked at every tower list, and this is the one that I thought had the most spice. Or that I thought was like made the most sense for the meta adjustments. Because what is old is new again for Tau, it would seem. This is Borkan Sept, heavy support as the Art of Arcs of Omens detachment. Coalstar Commander, Enforcer Commander, 2x10 breaches, a unit of 4 crisis suits with 1 marker drone, 4 shield drones, 2 units of 3 stealth suits, 2x4 crude hounds, a full complement of 10 pathfinders, a single hammerhead, and 2 rip ties. Boys, Borkan was some of the hotness when the Tau list first dropped, and they needed to account for everybody having good invulns, and now everyone wants to have invulns again, and Borkan might be making a resurgence. What do we think?
Where are the Sun Sharks?
Right?
Arcs of Omen made them awful. They got to start in reserve, mate.
Yeah. That makes them hard. But they also have the defensive buff too, right? So how much strength 5 and below is going to be around? It's pretty... With all the Terminators and stuff that are showing up now?
With all the Stormbolters and stuff, you think it's okay to be a little Borkani?
Those breaches get a little bit more durable.
They do. They totally do. 2x10 breaches. The crisis suits as well don't hate it if you got like a lot of those neg 2 heavy stubbers and stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. They actually love it.
Quite a few at the moment. But the 2 Riptides is where most of the juice comes from, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure.
Because is it the Borkan Sept stratagem lets them ignore invulnerable saves?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of custodies here. It's 14 custody players and like.
Ooh, good call there.
That's where the Borkan's coming from for sure. Like custodes are so hot in the meta right now. If you can just ignore invulns of one of your big guns, that's money.
You got a hammerhead that does it as well. So you got a hammerhead ignoring invulns and a riptide every turn, and you just like that one's dead, that thing's dead, that thing's dead, that thing's dead.
Yeah, whatever makes it up across the midpoint, you're just like, sorry, you gotta zot you down.
I think it's a great duality, and then you could, if you want, you could use the other riptide to bait people out to coming to expose themselves to try and account for it, and they can kind of dance away and do some shenanigans. I think it's really cool. I like it. I'm not sure it's the best Tau list that you can make right now because we don't quite know what that is in Arcs of Omen yet. I don't think this is a really good take for playing into the meta, I believe.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is actually this is a meta pick, and it is a genius meta pick.
A little exploratory little jab there with let's see if we can put this Borkan. Yeah, let's do it.
I'm down. This is
hand of destiny on the Borkan.
I'm feeling the hand of destiny on this Borkan for sure.
When your name is Ben Woodcock, You get Adam's vote. I don't know. Just
Specifically, Ben
Go.
Woodcock.
exactly
Not
right.
your sister, not your brother, not your mother. It's Ben specifically.
It's a very different conversation.
Killing me tonight.
We're in fine form, gents. We're in fine form.
That's right, Kelsey. Bring on the maple syrup. It's the only way to stop this. So is that y'all's pick for the event? Who's winning this thing?
I'm picking the Borkan.
Borkan's been picked there. I've picked the Admech. What are you going for, mate?
I got to pick Iron Hands. I think Iron Hands are just everyone's expecting them to do very well. There's a bunch of them here. I mean, it's what is it? 8% of the meta is Iron Hands. I think we can kind of take a look and see what's been picked here and anticipate what the tables are going to look like. Maybe what the overall meta is, and looks like it's going to be a shootout. And I think they're best poised to be the shooters this time.
That's a decent assumption for sure.
But we shall see. Next event we're going to be talking about is, you guessed it, the Stud or Snotling. Guelph, Ontario.
Well,
should I interject and say we should do an ad first?
Oh. Yeah, let's build up the anticipation.
That's my job.
Hey, cut.
We will. This does seem like, I'm glad you brought that up. It does seem like a great spot to take a moment here and get a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
At Frontline Gaming, we make the best tabletop gaming mats in the universe. Our mats are durable, rollable, foldable, wipeable, and storable. Oh, and they look damn great too. Join the thousands of tournament regulars and garage gamers who use our mats to bring their gaming surfaces to life. To ensure quality, Frontline Gaming mats are custom made one at a time, printed with high quality ink. Our immersive designs stay crisp and are available in a wide range of styles and sizes. So whether you're playing a war game or skirmish game, whether you're fighting over an alien tundra, fantastical forest, or real-world setting, there's a great-looking battlefield for you. Our gaming mats are printed on extremely durable neoprene backing, so they won't slide around the table, and they're thick enough to stay flat, protecting what's underneath and allowing for slight uneven surfaces. We know from experience that an easily portable gaming surface is just better. Every mat comes with a sturdy nylon zip-up bag for storage and transportation. Whether your next battle is in your home or at the local game store, you'll be able to unroll your FLG mat and get gaming right away. Our products are all made and tested by passionate gamers at Frontline Gaming HQ right here in the USA. It's time to take your battlefield to a new level. Frontline Gaming, champions of tabletop.
We are back. Love that handshake at the end there. Makes you want to go and check out the stuff. Also, look, if you're listening to us on this network, also check out some of the other podcasts. There's a bunch of different shows done by great people all throughout the week, different themes, kind of just surround yourself in Warhammer 40,000. Please check out our affiliate shows over there as well. Well, actually, it's over here. You don't have to go anywhere.
It's right here. It's literally right here. Same place you are right now. You don't have to go anywhere. It's so convenient for you.
Just leave this thing on, and
just
eventually another show will be.
You know what? Go to all the computers in your house, turn it on all of them, put it on your TV, put it on your phone. It's just watch it everywhere. Get surround sound.
Please do. It's just a few other things. Just on repeat. You don't have to listen.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness. But no, seriously, check them out. I checked out several of the shows this week. All amazing dudes, amazing folks. Okay, so next one we're talking about is Stud or Snotling from Guelph.
Guelph.
Guelph?
Guelph. There you go.
Guelph?
Guelph.
That's not how you say that.
I literally grew up in Guelph. I can guarantee you.
They're all wrong. You tell them. Paul corrected the whole time.
I'm sorry. Paul says I gotta go tomorrow. Tell everybody, guys.
Start scratching out one of the vowels on all the signs.
Saying it wrong the entire time.
Guelph, Ontario. This is a stellar event. Been around for a while now. Always an amazing folks hanging out.
I'm not quite sure who the TOs are. Probably just some guys you've never heard of. They might do an okay job, I suppose.
I do a great job. Thank you very much.
Let's see what kind of meta this place attracts.
Yeah, I'm down.
We already know top quality players are going to be there. What are we going to see?
we are going to see a lot there. Let us know in the chat if you're attending this event, guys. I'm going to be hosting it there. Can't wait to see you guys there. Give us those chats. I want to see who's there. For the Quick and Dirty Stats, the Imperial Super Faction, there are 4 Sisters of Battle, 15 Custodes, no real surprise, 4 Admech, 10 Astra Militarum, 5 Grey Knights, 5 Imperial Knights, Space Marines, there's 9 Dark Angels, 1 Space Wolf, 10 Blood Angels, 2 Ultramarines, 1 Salamander, 2 Black Templar, and 1 White Scar, as well as 2 Iron Hands. A lot less than the other one. That's nice. Nice. Chaos, there's 5 Chaos Space Marines, 1 Emperor's Children, 2 Black Legion, and 2 Word Bearers. There are 0 Thousand Suns.
0. Yikes.
And there are 3 Death Guard, 0,000 Suns. Let me say that one more time. 3 Death Guard, 0,000 Suns. That is a thing of beauty. 10 Demons and 4 Renegade Knights. Xenos, there are 7 Necrons, 4 Orcs, 7 Tau, and 7 Votan. And here it is, everybody. Hivemind Super Faction, 3 Tyranids, 4 Gene Stealer called.
Oh my
That's
goodness!
how it's done.
Coming to the
That
Gene
is how it's
Stealer
done.
Dustin
neighborhood.
literally,
right.
like bringing out a small firearm and pushing GSC armies towards people, being like,
he did lend out 4 armies. That's it. It's probably
I
5.
have
One of the Tyranids.
I have it to lend out for sure. I could definitely do that.
so
There's
good.
5 Drukari, 3 Harlequins, 6 Asuriati, and 2 Inarni, meaning the faction podium is Custodes topping off with 15, then Demons, Guard, and Blood Angels tied in second with 10, and then Dark Angels in third with 9.
And coming in 8th is the entire Henshaw family.
That's right.
The
The entire Henshaw family is attending.
Had a stats check point out that their stats only got 6 Dark Angels. Well, that's so is because one was listed as a Deathwing, one was listed as Ravenwing, and one was listed as Adeptus Astartes. And mate, stats check out yourself. Check yourself, mate.
Man.
I do the stats.
See other people coming in trying to, cross it into different roles, Adam.
Muscle it on my format. No, we love you guys. You guys are tops.
This is actually a pretty good spread, though, and I do like it. And, one of the things that I really, and y'all too, like to see is when we go into different regions and what it really seems to kind of tell us about the area and maybe some of the players. And I'd like to point out that 10 folks made an amazing decision.
Wow.
And brought Blood Angels.
I thought we were going to say Demons.
We'll see how this all shakes out. So what do y'all make of this spread?
It's pretty good. Once again, Custodes number 1, 2 100+ pair events. Custodes number 1 at both with almost the same number, 14 and 15. Kind of ridiculous. If anybody is not taking them into account when they build their list, you are incorrect, sir. And unfortunately, I'm playing this event. I'm not good into Custodes. So we better hope I don't run into them.
Well, there's 15 of them, so you could definitely
you
them,
probably are.
But
that's a great question, and part of our responsibility here is to talk to people how to beat the meta, and what are some things that go well into Custodes.
You need mass strength 5, -2 shooting. That's for sure. And you can't rely on rerolls because they can turn it off. Right? There are going to be a lot of MSU builds, although one of the builds you're going to see around this area as well as you saw, I think it was Liam, Hackett that took it with the Warden spam. You're going to see that a lot too. So 10, 20, 30 Wardens. One list here does have 30 Wardens in it, Chris.
Yikes.
That is a lot of Wardens. And you just, you cannot charge into that and hope to kill it because it won't always work for you. And with the strong strength, they have transhumans. They can turn off rerolls, so you can't even rely on low strength with rerolls because they can turn that off. So you need just reliable shooting that gets through their armor into their invuln and will still wound them on at least a half decent.
And Tau don't hit that well without rerolls.
No, they don't. But Tau, at least because they're mass shooting, can only turn off the rerolls on one unit, right? So they're easy. They can more easily spread out their shots a little bit if they need to because they're fast too. So I think Tau still have a play in them, although a lot of them will have the banner for -1 to hit, which Tau do not like.
But I just went back through my stats and I did stuff up. Bloodbath and Beyond ruined my stats because their name has blood in it.
Oh.
There are 6 Blood Angels. I was wrong.
Dark Angels, you mean, right?
Blood Angels.
What?
Bloodbath and Beyond. There was 3 guys listed as those. Yeah. So I keyword search blood, and then I keyword search axe, because there's blood axes and blood angels. And when they didn't correlate, I was like, well, there's that many blood angels and there's 0 blood axes. And didn't comprehend that people would have blood as their name because got me there.
Stat check wins again.
Stat check 1, Adam 1. The battle continues.
Look, that's the beauty of a live show. Real time chat keeps what's up. So, by the way, chat, what is your favorite anti-custodes pick? Because you're going to see them, you're going to have to get through them, and that does, when changes like this happen, it forces us to reevaluate what is good in a codex, and we'll see what players choose.
Well, let's have a look. Top players in attendance, as I like to call people call him Francois. I call him Francois, as is tradition on this show. I got to stick with it now. Francois Lalonde. I'm gonna have to meet him. Apparently, it pisses him off. He won the last major in the wonderful Great White North. He's playing Iron Hands, Successors, Master Artisans, Whirlwinds of Rage, and funnily enough, that list I was going to have on for Nassim Fouchain, pretty much exactly the same as this. So we didn't list anything.
Oh, there we go.
Pretty much exactly the same. There's like 2 unit changes in between them. He's got heavy supports as his Arctic Vermin detachment, Primaris Lieutenant, Primaris Tech Marine, 2 units of 5 Infiltrators, a Volkite Contemptor, 2 units of 5 Scouts with a bunch of random stuff, 10 Vanguard Veterans, 2 single Landspeeder Tornadoes, 3 units of 5 Devastators, 3 Eliminators, 3 Eradicators, a Gladiator Reaper, 2 Landspeeder Storms, and a Drop Pod. Does that just seem like a list that has like 50% more in it than it did last time?
That's like a 2,600 point list for sure.
I've never seen a Gladiator Reaper before, in person or on a list or on this show or on any of the other shows we've ever seen. So that is definitely a free pickup
this weekend. Francois is in the chat. Hey, buddy. Sorry about that.
Hey, mate. How you doing? It's a tradition now. I got to lean into my bad enunciation. Otherwise, I get paid out too much. If I make a joke out of me, you guys have less ability to. So, but this feels like it has 50% more list in it than it did pre-Arcs of Omen. It's kind of absurd. And then when you take into account that everything has so much free stuff, the Scout Squads, you could get like 50 points of extra stuff on a Scout Squad. Sniper rifles, combi weapons, camo cloaks, heavy bolter, missile launcher. I took him the other day. He had a combi plasma and a thunder hammer for free on the Sergeant.
Scout Sergeant?
Scout Sergeant, yeah.
Can they get thunder hammers?
They all have them, mate. Didn't you know? Read your codex. They all just come with it now.
They just come with it. It's
standard loadout.
They come in the box, so that the thunder hammer's already attached to the torso now. Like they don't have to put that part on.
So the differentiation between this and, say, Nassim's list is this has a 3 units of devs rather than the 2. You can only really put 2 inside the drop pod. So what does the third do? Is just sit on the table and just, walks out? What do you think?
I think it can, because they're going to have enough range to be able to threaten something just from behind a wall, right?
It's true. That's true.
Put them in a good position and make, hey, look, the center of the map. All right, well, now whenever I need to kill something in the middle, I can just step out and kill it.
This list now has so many single-use, fundamentally awesome tools. The Volkite Contemptor for the dumping of mortal wounds, and the fact that it's a character and you can't really get to it unless they kind of stuff up or you're beating their ass anyway. The repulsor, the executioner, Gladiator Reaper, repulsor executioner. The double exploding wounds, when you're strength 6 AP2 with as many dice as you brought with you, like, it's kind of absurd how much DACA that thing can put out in the right matchups. I really think that Iron Hands is the one list I feel like at the moment truly can have it all. Like, you look at the we're going to look at a Custodes list now in a couple of bits. And you can see they get a lot, but they can't have it all. They don't get to have Caladiuses and Bikes and Wardens and Venatari and Sagittarian. They get like 3 of any good thing. Iron Hands get to have melee in the Vanguard Veterans. They get to have mission play in all the Scouts and the Drop Pods and the Storms and stuff. They get to have a bunch of OBSEC as well. They get to have all the different DACA profiles also. It's really kind of terrifying.
Yeah, remember what I was just saying about having like strong strength 5, strength 6, -2 shooting? And what you just said with the Gladiator Reaper?
Yeah.
They have the perfect profile to fight Custodes.
Custodes, exactly right.
I like that, going into the tank and the codex and looking at there. You're probably right. Scouts with thunder hammers. Who thought?
Something
Who would have thunk it?
just pointed out, like the third Devastator probably just walks on from Strat Reserve for free.
For free,
which
yeah.
is amazing.
That's right.
Absolutely amazing.
Sure.
Completely missed my mind. You can do that now. But yeah, this might be the list to beat. I'm hoping I don't play it. Do you guys think it's going to win? It's going to be hard to beat.
It's going to be hard to beat, for sure.
So much stuff
list
there.
too.
It's like a Drakari list.
It is. It really is.
It just keeps going. All right, jumping down to the next, Tim Dietleafs. Did I get that right?
I'm surprised you didn't call him Time.
Huh? Time.
Look, names are magical, and we try our best, folks. We really do, but sometimes,
What?
words are hard.
You
What?
You what, mate?
Dietleaf. Went 6-0 at LVO. Or was it last year or this year?
This year, like you just did.
This year, congratulations, well done. Playing Adeptus Custodes, playing Shadow Keepers, so a little bit off the beaten track. Not these the solo watch that we saw at Uprising or the Emperor's Chosen. That
He's
here, there,
building specifically for the meta that's going to be at this event.
I'll get you to explain that in a minute. He's got a fast attack as his Arcs of Vermin Decision, Trajan, Shield Captain on Dawn Eagle, 3 Custody Guard, 2 single Alaris, and a Vexillus, of course. 3x3 Venatari, Bird Boys, with the spears, not the buckler and the pistol. He's got the spears on these ones.
Wow, okay.
And then 3x3 Virtus Praetors. You want to tell us the story here, Dustin?
Well, he knows he's going to be fighting. There's a couple players that he's worried about. He's worried about Custodes, and he's worried about Sam with Blood Angels. And Blood Angels specifically, and in his mind, Shadow Keeper is the way to fight them. So yeah, smart man to be afraid of them, right? So he wants to make sure he can reduce those attacks. And I think I can't remember the other Shadow Keeper benefit. There's another one that I'm missing because I haven't seen it in a while. That they get. I think it's the strength debuff, right?
Yes.
Yes.
The minus. Yeah.
Yeah. So they have the two
defensive
debuffs.
Or is it the minus attack?
They have both.
I think they have both. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. They have both.
Really good.
That's exactly why, because
really good.
That's going to be really good into a lot of these matchups.
Only thing I seem to remember, if you don't take the buckler on the Venatari, I think, do you have a 3-up armor instead of a 2-up? If I remember correctly?
Actually don't know that.
Yeah, I think you had to take the buckler and the pistol to get back to the 2-up save on the Venatari. So probably doesn't really come into account because most things will be putting you on your invuln anyway.
Just be always offensive and you don't ever have to take saves.
Who cares? Everyone's taking so much AP, it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Yeah, I did think it was both the -1 attack and the -1 strength. Thanks for confirming. And yeah, I really like this list. It's MSU. It's nice. It's good. It's got a bit of, like I said, it hasn't got a lot of anything, but for 3x3 of 2 of the good units is exactly what all the custodians need, as long as they're the right units.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, jumping down to the last list we will be unpacking. This is Will Paul, current member for Team Canada for the 2023 team. He's playing Heretic Astartes Word Bearers. Now, this one was picked out by Dustin, and I'm going to let Dustin tell you all about it because I don't get it.
I picked it out, and you'll see why. You probably already read to that point now that you see why. So it is just with Word Bearers. He's got a Demon Princess with wings. He's got a Dark Apostle, Master Possession, 2x16 and Cursed Cultists, 2x5 Legionnaires, 3x5 Possessed, pretty standard, 2x5 Warp Talons, and a Greater Brass Scorpion.
Hadn't seen one of those in a while.
That is amazing.
What a baller.
Like, this thing is actually legit in Word Bearers if you think about it.
Well, what makes it that way? Yeah. So this is a choice that's been around. I mean, people have them, and they were the rage for a little while, and then they've fallen out of favor for a few years. And what about the Word Bearers makes it an optimal choice?
It's re-rolling all its hits, because it's just Word Bearers. And I'm pretty sure it's the strat or something that you can actually 0 damage as well. Twice. So it gets huge durability buff. And
because it's already got high toughness, a lot of wounds, and invulnerable save.
Exactly. Like, oh, you did damage to me? Okay, well, not this time. Oh, you did damage to me again? It's fine. Nope, not this time. It's going to be a pain to get rid of. And because it's re-rolling hits in combat too, like, it is going to kill stuff.
It's got the demon keyword,
and he can heal it. Yeah,
it does heal it. Yeah.
He can heal it, and I'm pretty sure he can. Like, it's affected by why can't it cursed earth? That's it.
To the invuln buff. Yeah,
the invuln buff. Like, this thing is legit. Like, it's actually pretty good. It's gonna be scary.
If it makes it out of turn 1, I agree. Well, I mean, that's a real honest statement. Your mission is just to make it get it out of turn 1, and
you'll probably end up reserving it
because it can have a good. It rolls 3d6 for all its charges, doesn't it?
I believe it does. Yeah. So he just reserves it, brings it out when he wants, and
Wait, can it do anything when it arrives from reserves because it's bigger than 6 inches?
Yeah, it just can't. I'm coming from reserve. That's fine. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Fair. Let's see if somebody else need to double check though.
I know. Why are you asking that? What are we doing? What are we missing?
I'm tripping. I'm tripping for some reason. I feel like
it's in when it's deployed, but when it comes in from reserve, I'm pretty sure.
I feel like that is correct. You can't deploy that. It can deploy just fine in just about every deployment zone. But yeah, right from strat reserve, I think it's fine. Sick lists. I love the MSU feel of this one in particular. I think 3x5 possessed is amazing, and it's funny that the Greater Brass Scorpion is kind of taking the place of what would be Terminators usually.
Yeah,
he's got all the full complement of Terminator buffing characters, and then he's just like, let's take a big Gribbly instead.
It's such an investment.
He's been having a lot of fun with it lately, and he was talking about bringing this list at LVO, like when he was going to come to Center Snotling, and he told me about it. I was like, well, you have to. That just sounds awesome.
You gotta.
You gotta now.
Yeah. The sick. Well, that is the list we're going to unpack for this event. Who wants to make the call?
I can't not pick Blood Angels now.
There are some very good Blood Angel players.
Well, there's only 6 of them. There's definitely.
There's only 6. Oh. Whatever. I'm sticking with it still.
Who am I going to go for? I mean, Iron Hands or Custodes. The only thing is, I think Francois' list dunks Custodes, and that's what worries me. Because I feel like if I didn't know Iron Hands dunk Custodes so hard, I'd pick Custodes. But I know the terrain for starter Snotling is really good, so I don't know how good Iron Hands are going to be on it.
They are still Marines. Like, Iron Hands still do get to move. They're not like forced to staying in one place.
Yeah, but the terrain's really good. I'm going Dark Angels. Why am I even hesitant?
Yeah, you're going to be there.
You're going to be there.
I'm not playing Dark Angels.
Missed that part?
So I just didn't pick me.
Yeah, he's true. He's playing some weird successor chapter.
This is my blow off event. This is my first event after like playing Dark Angels for so long.
Well, you did just win. Like, I'm just best Dark Angel of the world.
True.
I'm just kicking back and memeing out. Like, couldn't care less. Gonna have some fun.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So what traits are you picking for your list?
Born Heroes. Yeah.
It's Castellans of the Rift, so it's Born Heroes and Stalwart, so can't be wounded on it's Baby Transhuman and plus 1 hit on the charge. And yeah, it's just got like the deepest.
You almost
pool.
ended.
Yeah, I thought it did. It's just got the deepest pool of stratagems imaginable because it gets all the Space Marine strats, all the Ultramarine strats, and the Castellans of the Rift strats. So it's got like 80 stratagems I can use. And half of them are absolute garbage.
I was like, well, that sounds amazing. All right.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Let me know how Auspex game works out for you. But, all right. So that's the show this week, except now after all that crunchy meta talk, I know we injected with a little bit of silliness here during the course of the show, and we appreciate y'all hanging out. And all the attendees from Stutter Snotling in the chat also making it lively, contributing to the conversation. It's great when players that are actually playing at the event are in the chat with us. Again,
look at that beautiful logo.
You listen to live. Of course, we talk about it if you're listening to us after the fact. We love that too. But, you can't make it, come hang out with us. This is now the time when we just chill out a little bit for the segment we call the Fuego Rapido. If you're new here, we give ourselves a series of topics where we run down giving hot takes, give 2 minutes per topic, sometimes less than that, but never more than that. As soon as that clock expires, we stop whatever we're talking about, move on to the next topic, never to return to it again.
We have a bit of a change this week, Paul. I hope you're going to be okay.
We also invite production on. That's why you're hearing the disembodied voice of Tech Priest Dicky.
What is up?
Producer of the show.
What are we doing? What happened?
Okay, so the lovely gentleman who made this week's questionnaire wanted to change up. So I said, okay, go with it. But I have to explain what it is. So there's no clock this week. It's basically just more of a discussion piece. I'm going to show 2 images. Okay, one is Canadian. And the other is not.
Oh.
Okay.
I'll try to describe it for the folks listening.
Yeah.
So
sorry,
if you're listening to this audio,
listeners.
go. You got to watch the video of this.
You gotta watch it.
It'll be a lot better.
So you have to decide whether the image is a stud or a snotling. Okay?
I like this.
This is good.
So shameless self-promotion, but I love it.
Yes.
So wait, one of these images is Canadian, one isn't.
I'm gonna go.
Just
with
throw the
that.
first one up. We'll see
Yeah, I
if
think we
get
should
it.
throw the first one up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Clearly, they're not hard.
All right.
Obviously
One
not
is a
hard.
Tim Hortons, and the other is a Dunkin' Donuts. Both donut changes. One happens to have a maple leaf on it, so
Yeah.
Gee.
the other slogan is "America runs on Dunkin'." So,
I really like how clever the production team, how much credit they give our intelligence.
Yeah, they don't believe in you at all.
Let's not make it too hard for the boys.
Yeah, totally. Don't think
this
you have
is
to
the
take it
first
all.
one. Got to serve up a softball in the first
Yeah,
one. Get us into the theme.
we're
This
just
is getting us
leading
ready.
you into it. There's going to be tougher ones. We're just leading you into it. So
And look, I love donuts, by the way.
good.
Do you love
And
dunking them?
Tim Hortons is way better than Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh,
Dunkin' Donuts is
So
good.
much better.
Good answer.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
well done, sir.
You see, even Paul knows.
So
Yeah.
I've been forcibly driven through Dunkin' Donuts drive-through numerous times by the lovely Jack Harpster, where he's gotten me extra donuts and such. I have yet to eat at a Tim Hortons, but
Oh, it's
when I
happening
walk
tomorrow.
past them,
Well,
It's
it's
happening
happening
tomorrow,
tomorrow now.
baby.
when I walk
happening
past
tomorrow.
them and I see muffins, I see danishes, I see a variety of delicious things, I'm like, even if the coffee's bad, something of there will be edible. So
Dunkin' Donuts does occasionally, they'll do like themed donuts, and you got to drop by and get the themed donut. They also have Munchkins, which is the donut holes. You know,
What
the little
We
round.
call them
little
Tim-
donuts.
Timbits.
We
We
call
call
them
them
Timbits.
Timbits.
Well, the Dunkin',
And we do
the,
themed ones too.
the
Yeah.
Munchkins are better than the other
Oh.
clones of those in other
boy.
places, but the donut itself
Oh.
at Tim Hortons. is
I
better.
will fight you, Paul.
All right.
I will
all
fight
right.
you.
Okay, so I would assume everyone's gonna choose stud for Tim Hortons, right?
I
Clearly.
would say
Makes
stud.
for
sense.
sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
We can move on then.
solved.
Oh, here we go. So one is a staple at all barbecues I've ever been to. The other is some I've never seen
I-
before in my entire life.
I've never Old Dutch, never in my life. Lay's
Yeah,
is everywhere and
I-
is pretty prevalent.
We're
in
looking
Australia.
at 2 bags of what I'd assume to be chips, crisps.
Crisps.
If you're from,
Ooh,
from
crisps.
somewhere else.
Wow. International.
On the right side, this is for the folks that are not looking at the cues.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
On the right side, we have a bag of Lay's, which looks to be mesquite barbecue potato chips. On the other side, we have Old Dutch. What are those?
Have you legitimately wow?
Okay, but
Is it
what's
tomato
the flavor?
on this?
Tomato,
what's
garlic,
the flavor? What's
basil,
the flavor? It's more of the
Ital-
flavor.
Italian, like passata, like
It's
marinara?
basil.
Is it basil leaf.
Oh God.
Wow.
Okay, so what's the Canadian
how I see
product,
it,
you
boy.
jerk faces? What's the
The
Canadian
left one.
Okay.
Old Dutch is
All
the
right.
stud.
Old Dutchy.
Okay, so
Gee.
Canadians have a chip called all dressed chips, and I don't believe you Americans have it. I would.
Oh,
imagine.
this is a novelty down here. Also,
I know what
it
it
is.
is though.
Also ketchup chips. Yes, thank you.
We
chat.
just call it like loaded fries.
Oh, for God, you're taking all the joy away.
You're doing it wrong.
Okay, there's
All
two,
right, here we
two
go.
lovely.
That's-
Here, I'll explain what it is to the podcast listener. There's 2 beautiful women. On the left side is a beautiful lady singing. Looks like dancing.
I'm sure her
Why
heart
don't you
will
say
go
who
on.
it is?
Yeah.
I can't
It is
really
Celine
say-
Dion
I
on the
can't
left.
say- I can't say what it is.
Celine
It gives
Dion.
it away.
Well, we are supposed to know what they look like, who they are by looking
Wait.
at it too.
Huh? So, well, we just got to guess which one's a stud and which one's a.
And on the
snotling,
right
right?
side,
One's a
we have
Canadian. Yes.
who sang a an homage. Was a "I Will Always Love You," which is a Dolly Parton song, also
Yeah.
originally. Whitney Houston.
Well, Celine Dion is. Well, do you know how I know she's Canadian?
Yeah.
From South Park and Terrence and
Yeah.
Phillip.
Oh,
That's literally how I know she's Canadian. I would have
South Park
no
actually
idea.
educated a lot of people on that.
I would have guessed like European, like Scandinavian or Austrian or something, if I didn't know otherwise. But yeah,
Austrian?
yeah, I don't know why. Don't know. Do not know why I would say that. That was just my gut feeling.
Okay.
So I want to read a quote from the creator of this Fuego. This is
Okay.
probably the best Fuego I've put together. Not gonna lie, it will be a bit controversial, but it's gonna be fun. Sir, I
Smash it.
don't know if it's We're
Call it
there.
a shot. I appreciate it.
All right, we're going for the next one.
Oh,
Here we go. On one side, we have the cast. I don't reckon. I do not know the cast.
What?
Okay. You don't know the
on the
cast.
left.
It's okay. It's okay.
On the right, we also have the cast. What is that? Always Sunny
Always
Yeah,
Sunny
in
in
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
in Philadelphia. So
I guess that pretty calls it. Do you know, Adam? Do you know the left side cast?
I do. It's Letterkenny.
Yeah.
Oh, good man.
It's phenomenal.
Jeez.
It's better than Sunny, I believe.
Oh,
I
by
like
far.
it.
Good.
I
yeah.
like it more
By
than Always
far.
Sunny. I do like Always Sunny, but like Scrubs was, every 5 episodes is great. Letterkenny is good all the time.
It's good all the time.
The script writers for Letterkenny are freaking incredible.
Oh, it's
hilarious.
Genius. It's genius. Like I agree. Like Always Sunny in Philadelphia is good, but Letterkenny is consistently awesome. Like it is, brilliant. I love
That
it.
hurts me.
it's on my
That
list.
hurts me. That hurts me to say that anything is better than just Danny DeVito's existence. Letterkenny is better.
All right. So everyone's choosing the Canadian one clearly. Stud.
We got this.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
Oh,
who
here
would
we
win?
have
But who
two-
would win in a
Two
fight?
feathered animals. One is on the left. Here is a mallard of some kind.
So let's change this game up. So
Mallard
which
is so-
one is the stud and which is the snotling?
On the right, we have a symbol of freedom.
I guess it's.
It has the
freedom.
American
I guess
flag
it's
behind
freedom
it.
since it has the flag
Pretty sure
behind
we
it.
know which one is which.
But I'll tell you
Well-
what, you don't want to get the wrong side of the one on the left. 'Cause
If
they're
no-
mean.
Oh my God, those things! You think drop bears are scary?
Yeah.
This thing will eat your face.
The
without a
Canadian
second
goose
thought.
is a feared animal.
Oh my God, that thing is
Uh,
terrifying.
I'm not worried.
All right.
Drop bears might drop out of a tree. These things will drop out of the sky and
Yeah.
eat your face.
And then chase you for a
Chase
little
you
while.
for
Yeah.
Chase
so
you
long.
and it hiss at you and not even care
It's a-
how
it's a-
far you run.
Bold play to make for something that's so very edible to me.
But
right.
we can't. It's illegal.
So which
It's
one is
actually
the
illegal.
What are they
stud?
gonna do? What are they gonna do? Deport me? No,
it's true.
I'm not eating any goose. It's fine.
Which one is the stud and which one's the snotling?
Oh,
This
we're gonna-
hurts me to even
we're gonna-
say. I have to play in the spirit of the game.
We're gonna piss so many people off either way.
I think that's
It's the
whole
spirit of the
point was.
game.
Yeah.
The spirit of the game. We have to answer truthfully,
Okay.
all at the same time.
Yeah, all of it. Okay, I'll count it
3.
in. 2, 1.
There you go.
The laugh.
Oh.
Did you guys answer?
I did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did.
Paul
I
has
did
to
to whisper
say
it
eagle,
though.
right?
I want to play the game.
Yeah, okay.
I like winning, but not more than I like freedom.
Okay, that's it. That was last week's. That was last week's. You don't have to answer that one. Well, I don't know if that was the best Fuego we've ever had.
It was pretty good.
It was
It was
pretty
good.
I enjoyed
mix
it.
it up
That was
every
good.
now and then.
I like
Like-
mixing it up. That was fun.
This is the
Look,
one
it
that
likes the
stumped. This is the one that stumped you though. All dressed chips.
It wasn't the all dressed. It was,
It was
the
the old
Dutch.
Dutch. Oh.
On
Yeah.
my screen, I couldn't see the title. Although all dressed chips is like that. We actually do get those. Like Lay's has an all dressed.
Okay.
Like this is what Canadians eat thing that you can get in the supermarket.
See, you couldn't do this with like Australian stuff because nobody knows Australian stuff. But anytime an Australian animal was versus any other animal, you'd have to pick the Australian animal.
Yeah, they'll
Just
always
be
win.
like, yeah. So someone pointed out in chat we have magpies, which is a really weird sounding animal, but they're like a ferocious little bastard that just pecks your head off and are covered by so many laws of protection.
Yeah,
You're not allowed to defend yourself against them. They just
They-
peck your face off.
you're not
gotta
allowed to touch the Canadian goose on Canadian soil. You're not allowed to touch it or hurt it.
That's
So
Really?
it'll attack
And
you,
it-
and you just have to
And
run
it
away.
takes advantage of it. It knows that we can't.
Yeah.
It
It
bullies
like
you.
it read the paper one day and was like,
Yeah.
honey, come look.
Legit. Like these things know that you can't touch them, and they take advantage. They are vicious.
All right.
Oh man. So that's our show this week. We talked a lot about tournaments, geese,
Yeah.
chips,
Yeah.
fried chicken. This has been a great show. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah,
all
it's fun.
all the pyramid is the food pyramid is happy with our production today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Are you including the
think so.
geese?
Including the
Yes,
geese.
we didn't talk about many grains and carbs, but whatever.
Yeah, it's
I-
fine. And this
I-
would happen
I-
every time we have a big Canadian event. We should have
We
more
got
of those.
donuts. We talked donuts.
It's
We
true.
did talk
That is
about that.
true. Yeah.
And donut holes.
And
Yeah.
With
yes.
those two.
I do. It's been a long time since I've had a Tim Hortons, so I
Adam's
mail me
gonna
one
have
or
it for the
something.
first time tomorrow. I'm jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to have
Yeah.
some
I've never had a hot one either. Can you get hot ones?
hot one.
Like a fresh, completely fresh out of the. Okay.
Oh, it depends on where you go. If you go early enough, they get
Yeah.
them right. Yeah,
There is a level of donuts, and like fresh, hot, Krispy Kreme donuts is
that's true. Yeah,
one of the pinnacles of
Yep.
where you can be. Adam, also something we can get you, make sure that you get exposed to if possible.
I haven't tried.
he's in the Imperium bunker.
Hi.
Mini Wargaming HQ.
Mini Wargaming
This way?
HQ here in Canada.
There's a
Welland,
chainsaw on my
Ontario.
wall if I go far enough. There's a chainsaw on my wall. There you go. It's got break in case of Xenos on it. It doesn't, but I will if it ever happens.
Just in a
Just
bit
in
of an
case.
invasion.
Yeah.
Well, that
never know.
is our show this week. I appreciate everybody coming in and tuning in. Make sure you leave us some 5-star reviews if you haven't already. That let the algos know that other people should come hang out with us or listen to the show after the fact. That means a whole lot to us. Please check out the other shows on the network. Check out Frontline Gaming's website. Get some stuff. We will see y'all next week. Good luck out there, everybody.
Good night.
See you next week.